Hi guys, it's me Bella. I mean what I say and I say what I mean. Today's story is about my homegirl Tequila. Um, we were like best friends. It's real funny how we met. We were both dancers. We met in the club, party place. I was only 18. I just got my car and my first apartment on my own, of course, being at the club. And I met her at the club and I was like, hey, whatever. And she was like, hey, girl, can I borrow your car? And I was like, no, girl, I made a speech earlier how, like, I'll never lend out my car to people because I don't like it. I get really nervous. I just don't like it. And she was like, come on, please. Like, I'm just going to go real quick and come back. You know, it's going to be real quick. I'll put you gas real quick. And we, like, stare at each other for a moment and we just start laughing. And I was like, girl, hurry up. You know what I mean? Like, be quick about it. Anyway, she came back. That's where a little trust started. And we were really good friends for a really long time. Until she fell off doing a little extra stuff, you know what I mean? And we became a little distant after that. But she's still my bestie, you know, from a distance. And this one's about her going out to one of our rainbow clubs, Club 7. It's one of the clubs we used to like to go out there and drink and have fun, dance, you know what I mean? With all our friends. She went out with a couple friends. There's a place for us to smoke, like a smoking area they made, since they banned smoking in the clubs. But for some reason, she didn't want to smoke out there. I guess she wanted to do something a little extra in the car. So she went outside, through the entrance, outside, towards the parking lot. She went out there to the car. I'm sure she got her cigarettes and everything else. And then she went to the side and she went to go light her cigarette and started smoking. Of course, there's people passing by. It's on Staple Street. It's a place where it's known, where men are known to pick up girls for a good time. So she was just standing there smoking a cigarette. That's probably why she was standing out there. Anyways, smoking a cigarette. A guy comes up to her. You know, she smiles. She thinks she's about to probably make some money or even get a couple drinks. You know what I mean? And she was like, hey, he was like, can I have a cigarette? She said yes. As soon as she looked down to get her cigarette, she said that he hit her, punched her, knocked her out. She said she didn't wake up till she was like in the car while they were traveling. She said her top was all the way up to here. She was undressed everywhere else. Where he'd already probably done whatever he wanted, and he was driving her somewhere. He was actually taking her somewhere. He didn't like drop her off after that or nothing like that. He was actually taking her somewhere to keep her. And I'm not gonna lie, I mean, you saw the picture, she's beautiful. So he took her, they're in this car. She wakes up and all of a sudden she realizes what's going on. She comes to and she's like, I'm gonna fight. You know, she said she's gonna fight for her little life. You know what I mean? So she gets up and she tries to get the guy to move the wheel or something. They start tussling and going back and forth about it. He's trying to hit her again, basically knock her out again. He's trying to hit her. The truck's weaving. There's cars honking. She's like screaming. You know, I'm sure it's for someone to help her. You know what I mean? And call the cops or something. He's trying to knock her out, knock her out. She said it seemed like 2-3 minutes, but I'm sure it was just a minute because things like that happen really fast. He was getting frustrated, she said, because she was fighting and fighting, and he was driving, trying to drive. People were following him. Of course, he doesn't want people like to see his license plates or nothing, so he kept moving really fast, speeding really fast about it. Making the truck move back and forth so she can like lose her balance and he can get her. It didn't work. He's really frustrated, so he opens the door, and the opposite door though. He opens the opposite door, and she said basically he kicks back, he moves back, and he pushes her and then gets his leg and kicks her out. He's going, she said, about really fast, about 70-90 miles an hour, because she's they're going outskirts, like where the people are, where neighbors like way down the way. So honestly, if she had been taken, she probably wouldn't have been found. You know what I mean? It's really, really scary to think about. Scary moments. So she says that she flew out of the truck. Obviously, she flew out of the truck. The truck was going really fast. It tore her up on her face and everything. I didn't see her for a lot of months during that time. And she said it was because basically she was in the hospital. Her face was kind of like pushed together like that, where they tried to sew it to make it be normal again, to attach it the skin. She was limping for a long time. She was limping, and when he threw her out, it really messed her up. She was in the emergency room for a really long time. And the thing is, what's crazy is that the guy never got caught. Like, he's still out there. The witnesses, it was too dark. It was in those dark alley streets that he got her. No cameras or nothing. And then where he took her in that street, going out of town, leaving town basically, or living in the outskirts, whatever, basically nobody saw nothing. Nobody saw the license plate. They saw the truck, they saw the vehicle, but he was never found. He's still out there. You know what I mean? That's real scary. I remember after that I didn't want to go out for a little bit after she told me that story. But yeah, that like happened to somebody that's so close to you. Of course you hear those stories all the time, but when it happens to someone so close to you, you know what I mean? It's like real crazy. That's one story about her that she got caught up in, and it was very unfortunate. Very happy that now she's still beautiful. She looks the same. There's not much difference to her look. You know what I mean? She still looks the same. The people at the hospital did a really good job with her. On another note, there's another story about her that I'm gonna throw in there. When we were like distancing ourselves because she was doing something a little extra, I remember one time me and my other best friend, Honey, I'm gonna show her right here. My other best friend, we were cruising, going around. We used to always ha and kiki about with people. We would clown and just be laughing all the time. Just wanted to make each other laugh all the time. Smoking, doing a little drinking. You know what I mean? We're single, both of us. So we saw her, and I'm not gonna lie, Tequila's always been real beautiful, and she's always had this real long, pretty hair. You know what I mean? Real long, real pretty all the time. I don't remember her like really having short hair. She's always had really long, real pretty, thick hair. And we saw her. She was basically like all cut, like it was real short, practically scalped in certain areas. You know what I mean? It was really messed up, and we did the like, oh, what happened over there? You know what I mean? What's going on over there in that direction? So we went and we asked around because, like I said, we were distancing ourselves, and I didn't exactly have her cell phone number or nothing like that. But supposedly she stole from the wrong person, and the best looking things about her was her, her little cupcakes and her hair. So I guess they messed up her hair, and I was like crazy. I was like, man, like, I know you try to win here and there and do your thing, because God knows I did a lot of hustling, I did a lot of winning. There's gonna be a lot of stories about that on here, but sometimes you just gotta know your limit and know when to say, you know what, this isn't a good idea. You know what I mean? But anyways, that's the story. Well, just two little stories about my homegirl Tequila. I hope y'all enjoyed them. We'll be back another day. Bye.